Yo, check it out, check it out. Let's start. Right. Yo, it's your boy Von Keith.
Stay in hustle mode, got some brand new clothes, hit them with a pose, check what I just drove, my car don't touch the road.
What's up everyone, Von Keith the artist bringing you another hairline tutorial. Today, we are starting off by prepping the skin, and the best way to do that is by cleaning the skin with Kiehl's face cleanser and a facial sponge. We also need to apply a hot towel in order to dry the skin off. I massage the skin really well because I want to get that blood flowing through the face, and it also adds to the experience. So I'm taking my icy blue foam wrap and I'm applying it to my client's hair in order to activate his curls. You can see I used about 4 pumps in my hand. Now I'm lathering the foam lotion into his hair, just massaging it all the way through. I'm laying down the sides with it as well. Now we always want to take a dry cloth and we want to make sure we're wiping the skin, because we don't want our trimmer blades to conflict with cutting the hair, because trimmer blades do not cut the hair really well when it's wet. In order to achieve the sharpest hairline for your client, you must apply a holding spray. The holding spray that I'm using is Tap and Go Hairline Spritz by Top Tier Hair Club. It's the best on the market, it's the best in the barber world, whatever you can think of. I sprayed the product directly on the hair that I intend to line up with my trimmers, and the rest of the product that's on the forehead, I just wipe it off with a dry cloth. Yes, I'm using a cordless blow dryer just to speed up the drying process. However, I do love for the skin to naturally air dry. So I'm just showing you pretty much both methods, because I'm taking my scissors and I'm just getting all the loose ends, because the curls have activated pretty good from the icy blue foam wrap. So while we're just snipping up the hairs, that hair on that forehead is getting very hard, and it's just setting up really well. So when my trimmer blades come through, it's coming through snipping, it's coming through cutting. First things first, when you're uncertain about your hairline, start off with the razor line on the vertical bars. This helps build your confidence as an artist, and it also helps you see the hairline a lot better. You have to develop your third eye as a barber, as an artist, because you want to get to the point where when you see your client, you can already see the outcome of the hairline. You don't want to be second guessing yourself. But if you are kind of second guessing yourself, or if you know that the hairline is pretty fragile, just go ahead and start the vertical bars off with the razor. Another thing that I do want to mention is the angle of when you're lining someone up. So you want to make sure you gently push your client's head down, and you want an overview angle. That's the better look at the hairline versus looking at it eye level. No, I'm not short, I'm 5'9", the average male height. Now, the trimmers that I'm using today are my Wahl detailers with the gold TY blade. These blades are just crunching through this hairline, as you can see, man. Yes sir, I like it, I love it actually. I mean, look at the C-cups, they're also developing nice. Now you see on the C-cups, I'm using the corner of my blade. Now when I'm on the, the left side, I'm using the right corner in order to drag across on that C-cup. And as I'm going through this hairline process, sometimes if I see something that's standing out, like excess hair on the forehead, I may go from the C-cup back to the forehead, or from the forehead back to the vertical bar, or from the vertical bar to the C-cup. It really doesn't matter. Alright, so we got one side done. So what we do on one side, you know we have to do on the other. So we're gonna go gradually across the forehead. Now you see I'm not going too high up into his hairline. That could be a huge mistake that I can see other barbers making. And I also make sure my blades are angled flat straight across. I don't have my blade at an angle to where if I'm pushing his hairline up. And on the right side, you see I didn't start the vertical bar off with the razor because I already knew where I was going. Now in order to make sure my C-cups line up, I'm going to take one end of my comb and travel to the other end of the forehead, and I made an imprint with my comb just so I can remember where to start my C-cup at. Now if you don't have a photographic memory like me, you can surely take your magic pencil and just make a marking, just to make sure you're not going too far above. Now if you can start lower is cool, because at least you still have more room to fix. But when you start too high, you have to go back to the other C-cup and go a little higher, and you don't want both C-cups looking way too small, especially when a client knows how his hairline grows. Now I'm just following back up with my razor on the vertical bars. Now if I don't start with my razor first on the vertical bars, I will follow up with my razor on the vertical bars after I get done lining with my trimmers. And also, with that being said, y'all, please make sure y'all subscribe. Please make sure y'all like. Please make sure y'all comment on these videos. We have these videos rolling out weekly. Pretty much, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm at least daily, if not daily, every 3 days. One of the main reasons why I made this video was to show you how to execute hairlines with these curves or indentions on the hairline, which I just pointed out. So I comb down the extra hair, and I'm taking the right corner of my blade and I'm swiping left on the curve in order to flatten out the curve on the hairline. Okay, I'm still gonna try to break this down in the simplest terms. So let me say this again. We are working against the curve on the hairline, so when you curve against the curve, they eventually offset. As you can see the results right here from this angle. Now this is a very tedious process. Don't try to go too fast. Make sure you tap and you look back. I always use my mirror as my guide. I don't use my eyes. Your eyes can really fool you. Now you see there's still a little curve right there, but we're gonna eventually tighten that up. But let's razor this vertical bar just so we can see where we're at. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to go too deep into the hairline. So if you're satisfied with what it looks like, if your client is satisfied with what it looks like, and he knows his hairline is not perfect, then hey, that's cool with me. Because at the end of the day, you want to make sure your client is satisfied. There is a little pencil line right there, as you can see. I did not show myself putting the pencil line on my client, but I did. So you have to get that out the C cup. And we also have it on the right side. You can really see it on the right side a lot better. Look how the razor just glide, man. That's another thing I love about this tap and go hairline spritz. It helps, like when you wash the skin and you apply that hot towel and you dry the skin and then you apply the spritz, I'm giving y'all too much game. I'm giving y'all too much of my formula. But when those things happen, that blade is gonna glide and you can dry razor shade. Now, if the hairs are very hard and it's kind of nicking your client, don't do too much. Make sure you take your time, take out some razor gel, apply it to the skin, spread it evenly, and then glide that blade across that skin. Yes sir, that hairline looks good, man. And I'm giving y'all a zoomed in angle too. That's love right there. Most people don't give you this type of angle. Only the good barbers do. Only the good barbers. And then I'm showing you the full hairline process. I'm not giving you from side to side. I got the camera right in front of my client's forehead. That is a very hard thing to do. Shout out to the YouTube barbers who do that. Like when you gotta put that camera right in front of a client and then you gotta work from side to side around the chair, it's very hard to do, man. I'm telling you, it is not an easy process. So ask yourself this question as well. Can you do these type of hairlines? Are you prepared to do these type of hairlines? If you want to be a barber, ask yourself these questions and don't be afraid to say no, because that's something that you just have to work on. Because the thing about life is just getting better at whatever you do. You put in the amount of work, you put in the right amount of hours, then you will get better. Now, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and you're expecting better results or different results, that leads to insanity. So you have to make sure you're asking yourself certain questions, make sure you give yourself an assessment, and then figure out what you need to work on. Now, this is just a whole bunch of detail work that I'm showing. I usually don't show this much detail work or this much cleanup work, but I'm showing you how long it takes for these hairlines to come out perfectly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the video. That's the before, and this is the after shot. Man, I really hope you learned something. Please make sure you like, comment, and make sure you subscribe. Show some love to this video. This is a nice haircut, man. I'm talking about, look at the fade. When you throw that salt on that salt and pepper, and you know how to fade it right, it's over with. But hey, man, I'm just tightening up these curls, making sure I have all the loose ends. I hope y'all like the haircut. Von Keith is out. See y'all in the next one. Yo, check it out, Alright. Yo, it's your boy Von Keith.
Stay in hustle mode, got some brand new clothes, hit them with a pose, check what I just drove, my car don't touch the road.